Alright, so we're gonna watch a long one-man short film by Michaël Leroux-Fournier. I hope I said that right. It's French, you know what I mean? It's French. Alright, so let's see. Man, this beginning shot it's amazing. It pulls you in. It's quiet. Looks about right. Chorus light. So already I see this is good already as far as the shot. It's super clean. Very I'm not even sure the word. I guess it's cinematic is the word I'm looking for. And so that's kind of the things I want to appreciate on this channel. Is like just telling the story through just, you know, sound and sight and all the senses, and not so much, you know, all the you know, just the nuances. And so far this is really dope. I like the way it's very clean, the lighting is great, but also the way he used just the silence to bring you in. And then as it shows you the character, a close-up of him, and he got his head in his hand, he's kind of like just thinking, kind of like, you know, and it really gets to feel, you know, like being in your, you know, being in your head too much, or just, you know, sometimes you just feel stuck in your head and stuck in maybe your environment. You see all the things in his room and the beer can, you know, all the stuff you expect to see in a young man's environment, you know. And then perfect right here with where we got the mirror shot, and he's kind of just looking himself in the mirror. And so this definitely kind of relates to the loop, to the short film I did. Except this is kind of like a different level as far as shot, and you know, I could tell he used some really good equipment and he's experienced. But this is inspiring. I like it so far. Yeah, my man took his clothes off. This one time. Oh well, that's a little much right there. They got a little vulnerable, but it's nice. This is dope though. You know, this is real transparent. You know. A lot of people ain't even comfortable enough. A lot of people not even comfortable enough to even, you know, to shoot themselves on film like that. You know, as far as like even showing their body like even that much. So that's, I mean, I can appreciate that. Yeah, no homo. You know, but just for the art part of it. Man, got a lot in this refrigerator though. That refrigerator look a little stocked up. That's pretty good. That's good. You're doing all right. Yeah, shouldn't be too hard on yourself. I just noticed. Is that another? You got a cage? What is that, bird? So he definitely got a lot of furry friends around him, keep him company. So that's good. You know, sometimes the animals, you know, they're your only buddy. They understand you, you know. So there you go. Not the doom scrolling. Oh, not the doom scrolling. You know, once you doom scrolling, then that's a telltale sign right there. It's like, oh, dang. That was nice. Okay, so Michaël Leroux-Fournier. I hope I'm saying that right again, Michael. But yeah, shout out to you. Really smooth short film, and I like the pacing, and really my favorite part of it was just like the lighting and the cinematography was really good. It says shot with the Sony A6600. Okay. So yeah, that's one of the biggest things I would say. One of the notes that I could take as far as like the short film that I shot is literally it was literally with my phone, and it's kind of like on the go, and you can tell that he's done cinematography before. I haven't, and so this is something as far as the look is something that I definitely aspire towards. So I definitely got to give this a like. But yeah, shout out to you. But yeah, I mean, I think this is just reflective of what's going on, what goes on in not only everyday society for men, but just for anyone, especially. I remember the first time I lived alone. You know, once you live alone, you realize, man, you're gonna have some days like that where it's kind of like, you know, no one answering or everybody busy, and it's just a situation where you find yourself just like, man, it's easy to get stuck in this kind of boredom thing and feeling like you alone, or you don't have or, you know, like I say, you can get on that phone and start doom scrolling and get caught up in all these other places, or you could be, and not appreciate or not even see what you could be doing with your time. So that's why it's so important. Like, even the thing that I was noticing, like, you know, where like I try now to like make sure I have my bed made up. I try to make sure I clean up, because those little small things is what, you know, staying tidy and everything, it kind of helps you get away. It keeps the negativity down and keeps you on routine. And routine is not a bad thing. Like, it's part of being human. to have a routine. So that was a really good video. Came out 4 years ago. Let's look at some of the comments. It says, I'm pure loneliness, born with it and stay with it. People don't care what I say. People forget about me. They ghost me. I try everything, but with zero avail. I guess I'm just built for loneliness. Man, that's a really sad comment. I'm going to like this and reply to it. Let me see what I should reply to that. I'm pure loneliness, born with it and stay with it. I mean, I would say, as far as that, I hate that some people feel that way, and kind of feel like they really don't have anyone or no one really appreciates them. But I think the biggest thing is really getting to know yourself, because I mean, you can actually have a lot of people around you and still feel lonely. So I think the biggest thing is really get to know yourself and what makes you excited or what inspires you. And if you find and it's something out there for everyone that inspires them. So the smallest thing that inspires you, you got to run towards that. You got to dive deep and do that as much as you can, and then share it with the world. Because no matter what you into, you're not the only one that likes that, and you're not the only one that thinks like you. So the biggest benefit, I can only imagine how lonely people felt before, like, and maybe they didn't, because maybe social media actually makes this worse. But I just think about before social media, what people would have done in these situations, because nowadays you can actually like share your life with the world, and you can reach like someone on the other side of the world or other side of the country or other side of the state that may have similarities. But back in the day before social media, like, it was literally like people that might be on, I don't know, like, just think about people that was nomads or just traveled from place to place, or as time progressed, in small towns, if people felt lonely, like you were really lonely, but maybe people were just built to live like that at the time, so maybe it wasn't as much of a big deal. I think now we see everything and we're always comparing ourselves, so it actually makes it worse. So I think that just reflects how everything is internal, you know what I'm saying? It's based on our mindset. So it's so important that we feed our mind with the positivities and the right things, and get understanding on. Really, the biggest thing that helps me is understanding like history, how we get here, how I got here, even like when it comes to our different cultures, you know what I'm saying? Me being a black man, it really helps me to learn a lot about how, my ancestry, and, even past slavery, like, because slavery is bigger than my people coming from slavery. That was just the American story, but before that, it's so much that happened before that. So learning about that is inspiring to me, and it just shows me that, we blow up our small town, or our small time here on earth. We make it such a big deal, but so much has went on, and so it just inspires me to to appreciate the time that I have here, and to put everything into perspective. And I want to be one to leave my mark, in whatever way I can, or in the way I'm supposed to. So but let me read another comment. Let me respond to him. I'm gonna say your So I said, you're not the only one that feels the way that you do. Find what excites you and inspires you, and run towards it and share with the world. Hope you feel less lonely nowadays. So let's read another comment. The next person says, honestly, if I lived alone, I would keep the windows open for sunlight and play music all day. Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, it's a lot of positives to living alone too, because you can create the vibe that you want. So it is up to you. It sounds like this person is someone who doesn't live alone, because I said, honestly, if I lived alone. So on the flip side, this is a person who, you know, is kind of in the situation where, you know, maybe they can't keep the windows open for sunlight and play music all day long. So they may look at someone who lives alone that's lonely, and they're looking at them like, man, I wish I could be in that situation, you know, because they feel like they would take advantage of it. So everything is just about your mindset and what you do with it, you know what I'm saying, and just finding what's right for you, that balance. So for some people, it might not be right to live alone, right for them, or it might just be a time period in your life that you had to grow. So everything in perspective. But yeah, this was a good video. It seems like it's a type, you got a lot of comments. So a lot of comments and over 72,000 views. So yeah, people obviously related to it. So well, that's my first reaction video on what's the name of my new channel? That's crazy, I've changed it so much. Standing on Soul. Yep, Standing on Soul. Yep, Signal. And so yeah, I'm gonna try to do one of these. I am gonna do one of these once a week. So I hope y'all lock in with me and continue to follow the journey. And in the meantime, do your thing.